Hello friends, welcome to the first part of October reading for Cancer. I will do a basic reading here on YouTube and then we'll pull the extended clarifying cards over on Patreon. Okay. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Go ahead and pick that up and we will get started. We have the Four of Pentacles, the Star in reverse, and the Nine of Swords in reverse. So it's a mix of energy here, right? With the Four of Pentacles, you know, it can talk about feeling secure in where you're at right now. So Pentacles a lot of times has to do with money. So it could just be that, you know, you're really comfortable with where you're at monetarily right now, whether that just means, you know, you're able to pay your bills, or, you know, you've kind of entered that next level of being able to put aside savings or afford some things that maybe you never have before. But you're feeling really good in that area and you want to hold on to it. So, you know, I get this feeling like my hands kind of hurt holding on really tight to it because you don't want to lose it, right? And there's this other element of this card that kind of rings through as far as not trying to hold on to control too much. Sometimes we hold so tightly that, you know, what we're holding on to becomes suffocated. And in our finances, you know, it's really easy to worry, especially if you're that person who's gotten up to that next level where you've never been before. We want to hold on to it because it feels so good. We never have to want to worry again, or, you know, go back down to that place where you have to shop at the dollar store, you know, versus Target or whatever. So whatever that might look like to you, that space of worry kind of, it attracts you into what you're worrying about. So instead, shift your perspective and start just being thankful for where you're at. Step out of that worry energy into an energy of gratitude. So that might look like writing down 3 things that you're grateful for at the end of each day, right? Or you can start your day with that. But set yourself up to be in that energy of gratitude, and you'll set yourself up to continue to experience it. The Star in reverse and the Nine of Swords in reverse, they are more emotional cards, more of struggle cards. So what that's telling me is that even though this aspect of your life may feel like it's going really well, there's other things going on that are bringing you into maybe a deep depression, or just a place where you're just really discouraged. You're having trouble, you know, just being out of this mindset. You're feeling stuck in these worries, and yeah, as I'm describing it and looking through, it's this feeling of it's all in your head kind of a thing. So that could be a struggle with your mental health, right? That's part of the human experience. Most of us have gone through different bouts with mental health. So this might be a good time to seek out the help of a psychologist, right? A therapist, someone to help with your mental health. If you have a known condition and maybe you haven't been able to afford prescriptions and stuff like that, it could be time to look at that kind of thing, because you do have that sense of stability. So I know from experience, when you reach that level of stability, you don't necessarily always want to just go and spend it, because you do have it in your mind that it could very easily turn around, and it'd be nice to have some savings if that happened again, right? And I understand that thought too. I'm not discouraging that at all. Savings are very important. But when you hit those valleys in mental health and you just need that little extra help, there is nothing more important in your life than trying to reach that balance again. So if that dips into that extra that you're experiencing now, don't think of that as a bad thing or a setback. It's what you need. And if that's what you need, 100% you should go for it. If you're not in the right frame of mind, and your mental health is struggling, it can be really hard to get anything done. And it will make it harder for you to stay in this space. So yeah, take care of you. Put yourself first and know that you are worthy of that expense, that extra time. Whatever it is, whatever your worries are, you're worth it. Okay, let's pull an oracle card and see what kind of advice the cards have for us. This card is from Notes from the Universe, and it says, be true to yourself. Yeah. You may not ever understand what's going on in their life, but you can always figure out what's going on in yours. Tally ho, the universe. So for some people, maybe you are interacting with someone completely separate from the other message here, but you may be interacting with someone who, that relationship, that back and forth, it's not how it used to be. It's not, there's something off, and maybe you haven't figured out what that is. But the message here is that you can only control yourself. You can only change yourself. So look at what's going on with you, and maybe there's nothing. Maybe you're not the problem. That's okay. But you can control your actions moving forward, right? So sometimes you just need a break from that interaction. Sometimes you can just be extra supportive for them, or spend a little bit more time with them, right? But it's not on you either. If they have something going on, it's going to be up to them to fix it. So don't try to fix them either. That came through. I want to get back to be true to yourself. When it comes to all these things, and we were just talking about mental health, in the mental health sphere, sometimes we like to push it to the side, pretend like it's not happening, pretend that it's not as bad as it is. And all that does is create more problems down the road. So take a genuine observation of yourself without judgment. Just see where you're at. Are you getting things done? Do you have some physical symptoms that manifest because of mental health? If you've had mental health issues, you'll know what I mean by that. And for people who maybe haven't experienced mental health issues in the past, do you just have more percentage of time recently where you're just feeling a certain kind of way, whether that's apathetic or really sad, or I'm hearing despair. That's also really sad. But just any kind of way that's not quite right, not quite you. It just, be truthful with yourself and recognize those patterns, because the sooner we recognize them and the sooner we can address them, the more problems that we'll save from ourselves. The longer that we have to dwell in those issues, the harder everything becomes. So the quicker we can find it, we save ourselves so much time and, like I said, so many problems. So yeah, be true to yourself, be authentic in yourself, and treat yourself well. Okay, wherever you're at, exactly where you're at. That is the basic reading here. We'll wrap this up here. And if this is where we part ways, thank you again so much for being here. I really appreciate it. You can follow over to Patreon if you'd like a little more discussion on these cards. I'm excited to see it. And yeah, regardless, I hope to see you again soon. I hope that you found some kind of nugget of help in there. Thanks so much for stopping by. I love ya. Bye.